The Sir Chris Hoy Velodrome looks like being the setting for a number of England and Australia clashes at these games. The latest came as world champion Joanna Rysel faced Annette Edmondson for gold in the individual pursuit. Your commentators are Hugh Porter and Rochelle Gilmore.
There is the face of the coach then of England, and that is Chris Newton. Waiting for that first kilometre split. And Edmondson was 3/4 of a second quicker than Rysel, but it's all about the full distance that counts. 0.223 is the difference at the moment.
Well, Joanna Rysel looks like she's on form. The coach has already stepped up the track a little bit, and she's already leading, which is a really good sign, giving Nettie Edmondson goes out really fast, unless they've gone on a different approach to the Australians and asked Nettie to go out a bit slower. But normally Joanna, she comes home strong.
Opening kilometre, Rysel 1:12.5 and Edmonds 1:12.8. Now that's slightly out of character. She slowed her first kilometre down, Edmondson. So taking up your point, I'm just wondering if she's riding to a slightly different delivery here.
Well, the coaches may have reassessed everything and asked her to go out a little bit slower, but that doesn't always work with an athlete that tends to go out fast, because sometimes they get a little bit bogged down, they can't pick up the speed, and especially now that Joanna's got a little bit of a lead on Annette Edmondson, it's going to be very hard for her to lift again. Well,
Edmondson got herself a bronze medal in the Olympic Games Omnium in London, so she's a rider that certainly doesn't lack on stamina, but look at Rysel, she's got the bit between her teeth here. The English rider wants this gold medal. She wants to add this Commonwealth Games gold medal to her world title she won earlier in the year. And let us not forget, she's also an Olympic gold medalist from London for the team pursuit.
Well, she's certainly a championship campaigner, Joanna Rysel. She targets those events that she wants to win. This year, the World Championships back in March, and again now, she's hit top form.
2 kilometre split coming up here. Rysel 2:21, 5:8:40. It's almost a second now. The advantage between them. Rysel is sensing the victory here. She is literally roaring around the track. Her voracious appetite for gold medal victories in individual pursuit is reflecting here again.
Well, the coach has walked up the track. He's letting Joanna know that she's well up on her other component. I don't know if Joanna's going to keep going for a record here, but she's definitely on a fine ride.
Well, the Commonwealth Games record is 3:29.038, set by Rysel this morning qualification. And she is literally flying around the track here. Not quite as quick at the 2 kilometre point as she was this morning, but time is irrelevant. It's all about winning the gold medal. And Rysel at the moment is in complete control of the contest. Bell this time. 1 lap to go for Joanna Rysel. What a storming ride this is then. The 25-year-old hits the marker in the back straight. She's got less than half a lap to go, and the gold medal is waiting for her. England are going to win the individual pursuit of the Commonwealth Games for the first time. Rysel takes it. 3:31.615. The silver going to Annette Edmondson of Australia. 3:35.450. And Rysel circles the track here and celebrates. Look at the smile on the coach there. Chris Newton. What a ride.
That was a fantastic ride. Joanna Rysel, she came in as the favourite. She had a lot of pressure on her being the race favourite. Nettie Edmondson posted a really good time to get herself into the gold medal ride-off. She may not have expected that, but she put up a great fight against the current world champion.
You wouldn't meet a nicer person than Joanna Rysel.
No, I've had the privilege of working with her for the last couple of years, and she certainly is a very delightful young lady.
So silver for Annette Edmondson, but could her brother Alex go one better in the men's 4,000 metre individual pursuit final? He was up against fellow Australian and defending champion Jack Bobridge.
Well, it's very interesting if you look down into the centre of the track, because Jack Bobridge is a fraction in head, but his coach was walking down the line, which means they might be riding to a record time. Oh, he's changed now. He's walked up the track, so Jack Bobridge has got a slight advantage.
What a contest this is. It's absolutely enthralling. I always love pursuing, obviously, because it was my own discipline. Bobridge is still ahead. A world record holder, got a silver medal in the team pursuit in London. He's also a former world champion at this, and of course that world record standing at 4:10 that he holds. Back to their halfway split points, the original starting station. Bobridge is still ahead. Edmondson did the quicker first kilometre, but it didn't take long to get Bobridge to adjust his pace, and he really is beginning to ignite the burners now. He's pouring on the coals, and he's not going to surrender the lead here. 3:14.985 for the three-quarter point, and for Edmondson it's 3:16.984. It's 2 seconds almost the difference now, so Bobridge really is beginning to fan the flames. He is flying.
The coaches have done the same thing. They've ridden their riders to a schedule for the first 1.5 kilometres, and then they point to the other side of the track and they say, now we're calling you off the other rider on the other side of the track, but looks like Bobridge might have this one in the bag.
Well, Bobridge was the gold medal winner in New Delhi, and he's looking to replicate that top podium performance. He's looked good ever since I saw him out on the boards for the first training session. Stand by, here comes the bell. That's going to be music to his ears. Bobridge with less than 250 metres to go. He's going to retain his title. On his way down the back straight now, Jack Bobridge, the world record holder, is going to claim the gold medal here for the Commonwealth Games and claim it for Australia. Bobridge is here in 4:19.650. Just outside of the time he set this morning for that new Commonwealth record. The silver medal going to his fellow countryman, the world champion, Alex Edmondson.
Well, that was a fantastic battle between mates. They train together. They both get to ride off at the Commonwealth Games for the gold medal. They're both happy.
In the men's sprint, Olympic champion Jason Kenny from England squeezed into the final, only to lose the first of the 3 heats to Delhi bronze medalist Sam Webster. Kenny needed a win against the New Zealander in race 2 to keep his hopes of gold alive.
Now then, can Kenny get the better here of his opponent, and that is Sam Webster to take it to a decider. I think that's what the crowd want. They're absolutely loving the sprinting. Webster's taking it on the front. I tell you what, he must be brimming over with confidence. He's not afraid to lead out the Olympic champion, and Kenny has got the work to do now. I don't think he's going to do it, or is he? Up the outside now. Oh, he does. That's twice he's fooled me. He holds it back to the last second, and then bang, he delivers. Woo-hoo! Ian Dyer, the coach, clenching his fist. So Kenny looking for this to complete the full house, the clean sweep. He's the Olympic champion, he's been the world champion, now he wants this. And so does his opponent, Sam Webster. Getting to the business end now. And Kenny looks to be starting to get the gear wound up. Webster looking through his arms to see where his opponent is. Kenny then at the back with a greater height. Webster's got a little bit of an advantage, and he's happy to commit himself. He thinks that is a good distance to be ahead. Webster down the back straight now, fully committed. Now then, can Kenny come back? Webster into the finishing straight. The man at the front is Webster of New Zealand. Webster takes it for New Zealand, and Jason Kenny has to settle for the silver. So for the first time in the history of the Commonwealth Games, New Zealand win the gold medal in the men's sprint. And still the gold medal for England. Well, it eludes them.
He rode that tactically very, very well.
He certainly did.
Also in action were the tandem riders. The men's parasport 100-metre time trial has visually impaired athletes partnered by their pilot, and it was joy for the Scottish crowd as Neil Fahey and Craig McLean took the gold with a Games record time.